Imagine standing at the edge of a mountain, staring at the summit you've dreamed about for years. You know exactly where you want to go. You can picture the view. You can even imagine the feeling of finally reaching the top. But there is one problem. Every morning, instead of taking another step toward the mountain, you walk in the opposite direction. Would the dream ever become reality? Of course not. Yet millions of people unknowingly live this exact pattern every single day. They dream of discipline while repeating distraction. They dream of peace while feeding anxiety. They dream of success while strengthening the habits that guarantee failure. Then they ask a painful question. Why does nothing ever change? The answer has nothing to do with intelligence. Nothing to do with talent. And very little to do with motivation. It has everything to do with the invisible systems quietly shaping your life every single day. Most people believe their future is created by the goals they write down. The Stoics believed something completely different. Your future is created by what you repeat when nobody is watching. Because goals inspire you for a moment. Systems transform you for a lifetime. A goal can make you excited tonight. Only a system can make you disciplined 6 months from now. That is why so many people achieve their dreams, only to lose everything they worked so hard to build. They reached the destination. But they never became the person capable of staying there. Today, we're going to explore why your daily systems quietly decide your future long before your results become visible. Because once you understand this principle, you'll stop chasing a better life and start building one.
Welcome to True Stoic Journal, the path to inner control.
There is a strange illusion that traps countless people. The illusion that deciding is the same as changing. Someone buys a notebook and writes 10 ambitious goals. Immediately, they feel motivated. The future suddenly appears brighter. For a few hours, they genuinely believe a new life has begun. But nothing has actually changed. The same morning routine remains. The same distractions remain. The same habits continue repeating exactly as they did yesterday. The only thing that changed was imagination. The human mind loves imagining success because imagination is comfortable. Real transformation is not. It asks you to repeat ordinary actions long after excitement has disappeared. That is where most people stop. Not because they lack ability. Because they built their future upon emotion instead of structure. The Stoics understood that emotions are visitors. Some days, enthusiasm arrives. Other days, doubt takes its place. Neither should it decide the direction of your life. Only your principles should. Imagine two people standing beside each other. Both want stronger bodies. Both want better health. Both begin with equal determination. The first person thinks constantly about losing weight. The second person thinks about becoming someone who never misses a daily walk. 6 months later, their lives no longer look the same. Why? Because one chased an outcome. The other built an identity. Goals ask, what do I want? Systems ask, who must I become? That single difference changes everything. A goal ends the moment it is achieved. A system continues shaping your life long after the celebration is over. This is why so many people regain the weight they lost, lose the money they earned, or return to old habits after temporary success. The achievement arrived. The structure beneath it never changed. Another misunderstanding quietly steals years from people's lives. Many believe discipline should feel exciting. It rarely does. Most meaningful progress feels surprisingly ordinary. Reading 20 pages. Taking one walk. going to bed on time, preparing tomorrow before sleeping. None of these moments seems remarkable. No applause follows them. No dramatic transformation appears overnight. Yet these quiet actions possess extraordinary power. Because repetition changes identity. Every time you keep a promise to yourself, your mind remembers. Every time you abandon one, your mind remembers that too. Slowly, without realizing it, you begin creating a relationship with yourself. Some people trust themselves completely. Others no longer believe their own promises. The difference wasn't created in one dramatic moment. It was created through thousands of ordinary decisions. That is why self-confidence cannot be purchased. It cannot be borrowed from success. It grows from evidence. Evidence that you continue showing up long after motivation has disappeared. This is why consistency will always outperform intensity. An intense week cannot replace a disciplined year. Another powerful lesson the Stoics understood is that every habit quietly trains more than one part of your life. A person who learns to wake up when the alarm rings isn't only building punctuality. They're strengthening self-command. A person who finishes today's work before seeking entertainment isn't only improving productivity. They're teaching their mind that comfort does not always come first. Those lessons eventually spread into every area of life. Discipline learned in one place begins appearing everywhere else. That is why small habits should never be underestimated. They are never as small as they appear. Every repeated action casts a vote for the person you are becoming. Every repeated excuse does the same. The future is rarely decided by one extraordinary choice. It is quietly shaped by the ordinary decisions nobody else notices. The most powerful systems are often the ones nobody applauds. People celebrate dramatic transformations. They admire visible success. But they rarely see the quiet routines that made those victories possible. They see the healthy body. Not the mornings when someone chose movement instead of comfort. They see financial stability. Not the years spent learning valuable skills while others searched for shortcuts. They see inner peace. Not the countless moments where someone chose patience instead of reacting emotionally. The Stoics believe that character is never revealed by what a person desires. It is revealed by what they repeatedly practice. Because practice never lies. A person may say they value wisdom. But if every free moment disappears into distraction, their daily system tells a different story. Another person may never speak about discipline at all. Yet every morning they rise with purpose. They protect their attention. They finish what they begin. Over time, their actions become stronger than any words they could have spoken. That is the quiet power of systems. They remove the need to constantly prove yourself. Your habits begin speaking on your behalf. There is another mistake that quietly destroys progress. Many people believe one bad day means failure. They miss one workout and convince themselves they've lost momentum. They eat one unhealthy meal and abandon the entire plan. They skip one reading session and stop learning altogether. The problem was never the mistake. The problem was believing consistency requires perfection. The Stoics understood that perfection belongs nowhere in human life. Progress belongs there instead. A strong system always expects imperfect days. Life will interrupt you. Unexpected responsibilities will appear. Your energy will sometimes disappear without warning. What matters is not avoiding every interruption. What matters is returning before temporary setbacks become permanent habits. The person who always comes back becomes stronger than the person who constantly starts over. Because resilience grows every time you refuse to quit. Another lesson changes the way you see ordinary days forever. Most people wait for important moments before giving their best effort. The Stoics reversed that thinking. They believed ordinary days create extraordinary lives. A single morning may not seem important. Neither does one evening of reading. Neither does one healthy meal. But years are nothing more than ordinary days collected together. Your future is already hiding inside today's routine. Not inside tomorrow's motivation. Not inside next month's resolution. Inside the decisions you repeat before anyone notices the results. That realization changes how you spend your time. Instead of chasing dramatic breakthroughs, you begin protecting simple disciplines. Because simple disciplines quietly become remarkable achievements when repeated long enough. This is also why your environment matters more than most people realize. A distracted environment creates distracted habits. A peaceful environment supports peaceful thinking. If temptation constantly surrounds you, discipline becomes harder than it needs to be. Wise people don't rely only on willpower. They build surroundings that make the right choice easier. A book beside your bed is a better teacher than a goal written on paper. Healthy food already prepared removes unnecessary decisions. Turning your phone away while working protects your attention before distraction even begins. Small changes in your environment strengthen the systems that shape your life. Eventually, those systems begin shaping your identity. One day you wake up and realize something remarkable. You no longer force yourself to act with discipline. Discipline has become part of who you are. You no longer struggle to protect your peace. Peace has become your natural response. You no longer chase motivation every morning. The system carries you forward even when motivation is absent. That is the freedom the Stoics wanted people to discover. Not freedom from effort. Freedom from depending upon temporary emotions. Because emotions will always change. Your principles should not. Life will continue testing your patience. Comfort will continue inviting you to delay important work. Distractions will continue competing for your attention. None of that will disappear. But the person who has built strong systems no longer depends upon perfect circumstances. Their habits become stronger than their excuses. Their routines become stronger than their moods. And their character becomes stronger than temporary setbacks. That is why systems matter so much. They quietly protect you on the days when motivation cannot. They continue carrying you forward when excitement has disappeared. And they slowly build a life that no longer depends on chance. If this message gave you a new way of thinking, take a moment to like this video, share it with someone who is trying to build a more disciplined life, and subscribe to True Stoic Journal for more timeless lessons on wisdom, discipline, self-mastery, and inner strength. Remember this: goals may show you where you want to go. But your systems decide whether you ever arrive. Protect your daily habits. Protect your routines. Because the life you dream about tomorrow is quietly being built by what you repeatedly do today.